I know it's late. I know I don't necessarily need a motherfucking introduction either, but I actually should be asleep, but I had a thought, and I wanted to get this thought off. Uh, Today, and I looked at it. I mean, really, it's like okay, FAMU and the young man Boston Richie, rapper named Boston Richie, right? The rapper's name is Boston Richie. I think they had. I think he either might have faked some type of video or something where he was snitching or something. You know, he Boston Richie. He decided that he wanted to make a video at FAMU. I guess the football gym, the training facility area. So he made this video. Now, I pretty much grew up through the evolution. I'm 50, so they say 50, hip hop is 50. I don't necessarily remember the shit that came out like in the early 70s, but like from 70 even maybe 78 or 78 on up. I knew about that hip. I know about hip hop from that perspective, and pretty much just about every coast. Once upon a time, you know, there when you made a rap song, it wasn't necessarily based off a formula, like money holes and clothes or whatever. That's all the nigga knows. It wasn't necessarily all about that. Sometimes you were trying to pardon me too, cause uh I'm a little buzzed, so I might be slurring a little bit or lisping a little bit. Now in the city, y'all probably gonna pay attention to it, but once upon a time, you had to kind of like to be a rap, to be taken seriously as a rapper because it was very very few rappers. Especially like during the '80s, well the '70s, especially during the early '80s. You had your Run DMC, your LL Cool J, Stetsasonic, blah blah blah, and that we talking up to like '84 or '85. Slick Rick, Dougie Fresh, Curtis Blow. But I'm getting too far off of this, right? I really just said that to say that once upon a time we had to put knowledge and knowledge and wisdom, and had to be more creative with the raps. This guy, he had opportunity. He was down there, fam. We could have made a rap song like kids go to school, learn some, get a trade. To feed the spirit of the children, right? But I'm listening to it. I listened to maybe a few bars. I had to turn that shit off. That shit was making my head because I was kind of pissed off because the only reason I heard about this song is because of the story. He decided to make a video in the gym, right? And I guess he didn't get permission from, and maybe he did get permission. Maybe he got permission from the upper chambers of FAMU, or maybe not high enough. And somehow it's exploded to the point where how dare you guys have this dope dealing rapper nigga in the prestigious FAMU football. Our football program is basically our motherfucking bread and butter, if not the band. With the band and the football, I don't necessarily know about basketball. I don't even really watch this shit. That's why I put the title what it is. Black culture. Uh, why is it necessarily defined when black people look at it? It has to do with some entertainment shit or some athletic shit. It's generally tacky and trashy. Let's take for example, Larson Pippen, and Michael Jordan's son. Now let us not forget that King Pluto, aka Future Hendrix, he claimed he fucked Larson Pippen. And Scotty got to play the background. Scotty know what he chose. That's what Scotty chose. So Scotty got to play the background. our future rap about, fucking ex NBA player, champion, yes, guy, it wouldn't be no Bulls dynasty if not, well, no, it wouldn't be no Bulls dynasty if not for Scottie Pippen. But let me not get too far off into it. Uh, Larsa Pippen and Michael Jordan's son. So it's like, you got old niggas fuck with young bras. But out of all the young, out of all, Larsa Pippen, out of all the young niggas that you could fuck with, Michael Jordan's son, he just the heir. Michael Jordan might live another 10, 20 years. He ain't about to get, he has access to a degree to the money. But he ain't the money man. And you young enough, old enough to get another bitch, but I'm going off the topic. Black culture is defined by athletics and entertainment, whether it be comedy, rap, R&B, actors and actresses. They say Dwight Howard tried to force a motherfucker to have a threesome. And it's like, so with that I have to ask, well, if it was a threesome, why is it that Dwight Howard was the only one that was forcing the little nigga, whatever, to have a threesome? Dwight, and this is supposed to be, I guess, a same-sex type of threesome deal or whatever. My mind not programmed. I mean, I guess to each his own, and I can't say nothing about the niggas who choose to go, or the individuals, the people who choose to go to right, and like I said in the earlier video about Fleece Johnson, how Fleece Johnson, he was put in situations and circumstances where he thought he would never go see the light of day again, I imagine, and all he was surrounded by was man butt. But niggas is out in the free world, and they don't have any problem with I guess wearing the costumes and the accessories for it, and that's a bag. But I don't want to get too far off the FAMU shit with Boston Richie and how they somehow, well, they decided, I guess FAMU's doing an investigation. But it's like, okay, I imagine that our entertainers and our athletes get positive press, and I guess in order for, I guess that serves the purpose for the younger impressionable minds to say, well, when I grow up, I want to be this and that athlete, I want to be this and this rapper, singer, whatever. That's the purpose for that. That's an aspiration. But why does it have to be that entertainment and athletics have to be the things that's promoted and propagated for our young black, uh, highly educated, highly intellectual? The melanin in their skin grants them, and I guess people, you may doubt this or what have you, but I like to believe, and from the scant information that I've learned, whether by academically Francis Cress Welsing or just um, anecdotal evidence from others, the melanin, it gives our descend, it gives us and our descendants and our ancestors gave them an advantage. And what that advantage did was, it gave them the wherewithal, the strength, the ingenuity, because even though we were considered or classified as slaves, i.e., niggers, our ancestors, I say our ancestors were classified in terms of nigger, and we as descendants, we identify as nigga. We those ancestors had to have some type of intellect. They weren't, they may be classified as maybe like in the same aspect as chicken or sheep or cow or goat or donkey as chattel, but you may and of course, and some of them people, they honored their hound dog more than they honored our ancestors. But the nigger was smarter than the average hound dog. Hell, who did they go to? in order to have the things done. But I don't know, I'm getting too far off. Black culture. Why does entertainment and athletics have to hold the precedent um, in regards to what black folks identify? What, aren't there other things? I mean, why not architecture? Why? And it's funny when I thought about this topic, I thought about Kanye West. Kanye West is dabbled in art, whether it be like art from on canvas art or whatever, the fashion shit, the architecture shit, and even in the computer, even the computer stuff, like the STEM program type stuff when he had that device that he released this last record out on. These are things that kind of, if you're going to expose your black child to, because we all know that every kid ain't gonna be Jordan and like Obama, Barry, uh, the former president of America. He said, every kid can't be Lil Wayne. And it is what it is. So it's like, why not? Every and it's the culture. The kids want to slide. They want to be gang. They play the games and games have their place. I played the video games, uh, and to the point when I was I think what was I, a sophomore? I might have been a I think I was a junior, first semester junior. I played Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter a whole motherfucking semester, man. I ain't go to class. I was smoking weed and playing fucking video games and fucking a whole semester, my niggas. So I kind of lost affinity for, because I pretty much thousands of dollars were wasted on tuition at Fisk University, a private institution, i.e. the Black Harvard of the South. And I'm a little verbose. I'm being a little verbose. Like I said, I've been drinking. But y'all get what I'm talking about. Ain't nobody out here with me. Ain't nobody fucking with me. I got to go to YouTube University and see whether I can somehow trick myself along the lines of what to say. I've been posting Mr. Charleston's video. Mr. Charleston has insightful videos, and I get dinged for inciting harmful, supporting harmful groups and organizations. You talking about black Mexicans, nigga? I'm black. The Mexican, and I wrote a disclaimer on there saying, I don't. This is all for entertainment. This is jokes and laughs. This is not serious stuff. Ain't nobody. Charles ain't about to do nothing to this stranger in San Antonio. Uh, yeah. But I'm on the plantation. But let me keep on going. I'm getting out the plantation. Why can't there be other, and then it's like you think about the images. And of course, like, I guess the black woman wants to be sexually liberated. She wants to be free to express herself. She doesn't want to be controlled and obligated to go along guidelines of wardrobe or speech from not even necessarily another woman, but most certainly probably another man. Um, so it's like, you got that, but then you got her pussy pink but a booty hole brown. Pound Town. Kids singing Pound Town. And, and she goes to a high school. Shorty went to a no. It wasn't bad enough. It's just like it's just absolute disrespect for, I guess, and not necessarily. We talk about Bobby Jones, the black. He's a representative of the black church and all that, but you have this ratchet rapper, rapping a few feet from him. And I imagine Bobby Jones, he'll be okay. The gospel man, he's probably seen worse, because some preachers, they is of the flesh. They are not divine by no means. They may aspire to be divine, but no man is completely divine. I guess if you want, unless they claim to be of the identity of Jesus. Ain't that how it go? Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light. I mean, there's so many other things that Because you think about it like this, man. What other racial groups and ethnic groups, they'll make up their own profession, and they'll justify the existence, the purpose of having this particular position, by utilizing their education. They'll have, well, I went to school for this and this and this, and by taking my background in education and this and this and this, I've decided to do this. We have aspirations for reparations, and that's fine too. But hell, I mean, we niggas ain't necessarily got to go back 300, 400 years uh, for recompense. Like they say, y'all niggas, just like them folks be saying, y'all niggas wasn't slaves. Well, hell, we lived in the motherfucking hood during the crack era. Prison industrial complex. Jim Crow, all the slaves that did. Oh no, my mom was alive during Jim Crow. My mom had her school reunion this weekend. She said, I asked her about, when they had the civil rights quit. I kind of want to get my mom on to talk about the civil rights shit. When they segregated shit, my mom said they ain't want to segregate with them people. They like having their own school and being around their own people. King's dream, Martin Luther King dream. Y'all went from nigger to Negro. I don't know, y'all went from nigger to black, or did y'all go from nigger to black to Negro? To African American? No, Afro American. You got to go Afro. Because the niggas had Afros to designate that you were Afro American. Then you became African American, courtesy of Jesse Jackson. I identify as nigga. And I identify first and foremost. Even in my identification, nigga, because there's a whole lot of niggas. Nigga, basically, if you really want to get down to it and avoid being so offended by it, nigga's pretty much the way I identify a Black American. They say you had those Pan-Africanists that say, oh, we're all from Africa, Mother Africa. Well, hundreds and hundreds of years of being on the continent of North America, even if I can't necessarily point to or show evidence of my people existing on the American continent before, I guess, the transatlantic slave period. Just 300 to 400 years of being on this continent makes me by default of this continent. We have a certain type of history that would automatically deem that we have a certain type of ethnic group. And with that ethnic group, there has to be a trace lineage. And in tracing that lineage, when you are in this particular society, you have to look at, well, what happened to that particular group of people in the past, and how has what happened to them in the past manifest itself in the presence of these people. So yeah, we can go around how we reparations now. No, I mean, and that's cool, man. But now I see how niggas then took it and try to politicize it and make it something that it wasn't. It was at first it started off no tangibles, no black tangibles, no black vote, which was really just saying if y'all politicians ain't gonna do shit for the nigga, the American black, then fucking we ain't voting for y'all. We ain't got no support for y'all. Fuck it, whether you Democrat, whether you a Democrat or Republican, if a Republican, and that's what's so sad, because it's not necessarily about logic and reasoning. It's about feelings. At this point in history now, and I guess a lot of people may refuse to see it or may not see it. Look at your life and the way you've been living under this current Democratic Party helmed government. versus I guess even when Trump was in office, it wasn't necessarily. I guess for a certain amount of time, it was controlled by the Republicans. But what I'm just asking and saying, well, hell, as far as the money that you spend, the money you're able to save, your investments and things of that nature, under this particular president, pardon me, I need a sip. Under this particular president, how has your life improved? Has your life has your life been affected detrimentally? I say, I'm still living. I'm a nigga still living and kicking it. But hell, the money balancing is kind of tight. Now eggs back down to what they used to be. Eggs, 18 count eggs used to be like damn near $7. Now the motherfucking bitch is back down to $1.50. The mayonnaise still six. Well, the Miracle Whip. I don't really fuck. I guess I fuck with mayonnaise because the Miracle Whip, like 6.50 at the dollar at Family Dollar. I'm like, goddamn. Family Dollar be pulling the switcheroo on a nigga though. They have shit that's cheap in there, but they also have other stuff that's higher than it would be in a regular store in a grocery store. But I'm all off topic. Entertainment and athletics. Was it Ja Morant? Ja Morant, he mixed. I guess he mixed the rap and the sports together, and fucking ruined it and fucked his career. I mean, I guess he still got a little money, and the shoe folks ain't dropped him, cause they say, oh, he's just a nigga with a gun. He's an excellent representative for the type of demographic that we want to have by our shoe. Most of these niggas die in those shoes when they shoot. Either they shoot a nigga wearing those shoes, or they die wearing those shoes. So why not we have them uh, uh, be Ja Morant be the spokesperson? He's a basketball dribbling or drill rap loving ass nigga that's very popular. I don't know, man. I do know. I do know. I guess when Granny and Mama, I don't think Granddaddy and Pappy said too much because Pappy was a music lover. Turn that shit down, turn that mess down. Uh, they kind of might have had something going with it, but maybe not at the time. Well, yeah, they may have. No, we just go ahead because to see Dolores Tucker because I was growing out my mama's house when the real cuss rap was going on. See Dolores Tucker and Calvin Butts. They was trying to, well, you can't don't be out here calling your black sister the bitch and y'all talking about killing and this gang banging and rap. I'm gonna burn some ring. They had a record burn, a CD stomping or whatever. Calvin Butts and C. Dolores Tucker. And I remember as a young man, look at them, man, fuck them. I'm gonna play my goddamn Tupac. Fuck that bitch. Bitch ass nigga out there, fuck me. That's just how them reverends be. That's why I stopped going to church. That's real talk. What nobody listen. Fuck Calvin Butts. And the old people talking about, a lot of old people wasn't really paying no attention to niggas because, hell, they ain't had to listen to the rap if they wanted to or not. But at the bigger picture of it all, the rap that we was listening to in the '90s was the soundtrack to all the niggas going to prison during the period of where they had the mass incarceration under Bill Clinton, from a bill that was I believe partially authored or sponsored or somewhat developed by the present president, uh, Con Master Joe Biden. But I'm getting entertainment and athletics is the most important, most propagated, most um, recognized, most lauded aspect of black culture. it's not, well, demure status of the woman, the responsibility of the man. These people, they're good with their money. They're good farmers. Their children are well behaved. You know what I mean? I don't know what are those things that identify a culture. I don't want a little long. In regard, and I sure appreciate anybody that hung around and fuck with me at this point. But you see the title, what the title say? Must. And I apologize for this fucking slurring and shit. I ain't got my plate in. Uh, I'm an old nigga. I need some help with my dentals. Uh, there's nothing. I mean, this is what we must identify as our culture. It seemed like when I was a little boy growing up in the Appalachian mountains of West Virginia, and I guess I'm just an old nigga talking about once upon a time things was much simpler. Kids don't even go outside no more, let alone know how to conduct themselves out. If the lights go out, I don't know what the fuck gonna happen. Well, yeah, you know what the fuck gonna happen, play. As far as other countries that, I guess, say for example, Asian countries where they moderate the time that their kid is on social media, and also make sure that they spend a lot of time in the classes and stuff like that. We're talking about cultures now, and whether it be Asian, the Asian, the Chinese, Japan motherfuckers, or whether it be the red dot Asians, and the Indian Asians, whatever. They foment a culture in which implants in the child that they must take the responsibility of learning, or else it is absolutely uh, a high priority to learn. Why can't that be? It's important. What I'm saying is that these particular groups and cultures uh, point that out as an importance. Entrepreneurship, owning your own shit, not necessarily having to work for somebody, being a peasant. Man, yeah, I need to go to YouTube University because this motherfucking shit dried in a bitch. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe the shit they say is the truth. That just cause I say ain't nobody out there listening, that don't mean nobody ain't. That doesn't mean ain't nobody out there listening. If anybody listening, I say the right shit. I know the feds listening. I think that's probably why the reason I can't get no motherfucking motion like I should. No, like I said, I need to go to YouTube University and learn the proper community standards, so I can pack fair and play fair with YouTube. Uh, that being said, man, I got to get up in a few hours. I still got one more 12 hour. I'm done 24 hours. I got one more 12-hour day to do at my plantation. I need to. I'm like Harriet slash Kunta Kinte trying to get my way up off that motherfucking plantation. But that plantation, I got me a $50, well, not $50, $50,000 life insurance policy. I got me a retirement account. I got me a medical plan. Massa make it sweet for a nigga. There's some brilliant kids out here, man. But it's like, I guess, and I work with younger people, right? And that's a whole nother video altogether. It's a disconnect to a degree, and a lot of kids. I don't have any kids, so I can't really point. I can't really take too much responsibility about how these youngsters don't necessarily honor what an elder might say to them. But then again, that might just be stereotyping the kids. Nigga Nation and nothing, y'all. I'll holler at y'all like the peace and love.